Heroes. Before you will be having your post test, instead, we will have a short review of what would be the content of your post test. So, it will not be given in a spoon feed way, but somehow I want you to think what would be the best answer for the question later. Okay. One of our hold on. One of your theorists who developed the spiritual nursing care theory is no other than Jane Watson. Okay? Just to let you know, Jane Watson developed your, what do you call this one? Spiritual nursing care theory. Okay? Spiritual nursing care theory. Spiritual nursing care theory is incorporated to our profession during the practice of ours to our patient, because every patient has a diversity of culture. So we need to make sure that we understand the theory of spiritual nursing. So according to Jane Watson, she's an American nurse actually. Her theory focuses on the spiritual and emotional aspect of patient care, emphasizing on the importance of, she said, there will be compassion when you are giving care to the patient. There will be compassion. Another one, there should be empathy, which is the common thing that we should have as a nurse, and kindness. So these are the main pillars of Jane Watson's spiritual nursing theory. So when you are taking care of the patient with a different spiritual belief, you will know if there is somehow, what do you call this one? As reflection to their spiritual need. So paano mo malalaman na may reflection to the spiritual need? Always remember, reflection to spiritual need is not necessarily na sinabi siya ng ibang tao or sabi ng ibang tao, kailangan mong gawin ito, kailangan ganyan. Dapat mismo, para makonsider mo siya na spiritual need, so for example, kailangan ko munang pag-isipan kung ano ang mangyayari sa procedure na yan. So, ang ginamit niya is I need, no? I need to think. Hindi niya sinabi na dahil sabi ni ganito, sabi ni ganyan, my husband told me, my neighbor told me, the physician told me. No, it should be a reflection to spiritual need, means I need to. So I need to think about it. I need to think about it. It's all about her idea. So, and mostly, malalaman mo na ang tao very religious, no? But for me, iba ang religious sa pagiging spiritual, because religious is based on your own religion, but a spiritual, it's the spirit within yourself. But for the fact that it is there are a religious people, paano mo malalaman na religious people yung mga pasyente mo? They mostly express their spirituality based on their faith traditions, no? Religious people base their spirituality based on faith traditions. So, diyan mo malalaman kung religious ang isang tao. Next. So, as what I've said, it depends on the faith traditions of these religious people. But sometimes we, as a nurse, there are family members of these people who are not yet aware about the tradition. For instance, the patient is complaining, I will be having a surgery right now, but my parents, I don't know why they left something, a crucifix, a rosary, a Bible in my bed. So, if that the case, how would you address that one to your patient? Again, so those things are not yet clear to the patient. So you cannot judge the person's what belief or faith that person has. So instead, you make an open-ended question, open-ended, in which you ask the patient, for instance, how do you manage yourself during tough times? No? Paano mo kinakaya ang sarili mo? Paano mo kinakaya ang problema? Paano mo hinahandle ang sarili mo sa mga dumarating na mga problema? So because some of those people who are really religious, they have the strong faith, they go to church. When you go to Baclaran or in Quiapo, you will see people walking on their knees. So, as a nurse, we need not to be judgmental. Instead, let's explore. No, the word is explore more in order for the patient to verbalize. So maybe that is how their family members do when during the tough times they left cross in the bed because they will that the person will be undergoing surgery. The fear of unknown. Always remember that. Fear of unknown is the common fear of people who are undergoing surgery. Those people who will undergoing surgery, pag tatanungin sa board exam, what is the most common fear that they are having, then that is fear of the unknown. Alright, so, Nurse Jane, you said a while ago, according to Jane Watson, compassion, empathy, kindness. So, what if, Nurse Jane, I have a question. Can we use sympathy in giving care to our patient? The word sympathy. Ano bang kaibahan ng sympathy and your empathy? When you say sympathy, that is your awa. Okay? So, naawa ka sa pasyente, but we don't usually use the sympathy. Normally, we feel that awa really to our patient, but that awa, remember, it will not lead to more deeper exploration to what the patient is really feeling. So, we need to go more further by using the word empathy. Putting yourself on the shoes of others, that is empathy. So for example, nagsabi sa iyo ang patient na hindi ko kaya na mawala siya. Siya talaga ang pinaka-the best sa akin. Siya yung best friend ko. Akala ko makakaya niya, pero hindi. So what would be the best action when you hear those patient or the family members saying that way? Well, actually, the best thing that you have to do is you offer, no? You offer collaborative management. Ano ang i-offer natin, Nurse Jane? For instance, since they do have this kind of grieving process, no, may grieving sila, especially when there is death and dying na concept. Allow the patient to grieve, allow the family members to grieve if the patient died. So grieving is a feeling of something that has been lost. Okay? Grieving is something that has been lost. Now, what are we going to do with that? So since they are grieving on this moment, they need more spiritual care. So you offer, you collaborate to whom? Is it to the pharmacist or to the chaplain department? Okay, very good. Chaplaincy department. The chaplaincy department, but before making sure that you need to collaborate the person to the chaplaincy department, you must know first the religion. For instance, the person is not a Roman Catholic, but you put them a pastor in front of them. So, hindi nagkaroon ng synchronize with the religion, hindi match. So, before you collaborate with the chaplaincy department, okay, you have to make sure that they do have same faith traditions. So you express your sympathy to the person and tell the person, do you want me to talk? Do you want me to call the chaplaincy department and you can talk about this one for your spiritual care? That's it. one of the most common problem in the spiritual care is that when our religion did not match the religion of our patient, and when the patient is trying to tell you, nurse, tomorrow will be my surgery, is it possible for you to pray with me? Of course, you will be uncomfortable with that situation, correct? Because you don't have the same religion. Now, what is the best action of that nurse is that since that spiritual care, although it is part of your scope of practice, but there is a expert person to do it better. So instead of saying no to the patient because we don't have the same religion, you have to tell the patient that, I'm sorry, I'm uncomfortable praying, but do you want me to call the chaplaincy department for you to have someone during your prayer time? So that's it. So you offer. Although you reject the person, but you offer something to the patient that would not lead to the patient to be alone. Okay? On the grieving, as what I've told you, according to Kubler-Ross, si Kubler-Ross ang nag-propose ng grieving process na DABDA. Okay, everybody? When I say, everybody follow after me, DABDA. I am not hearing. One more time. Say DABDA. Very good. So now, DABDA, what do you mean by DABDA? A DABDA is all about your denial. Okay? There's denial. Next, there is anger. When there is a grieving process, may nawala sa iyo, may denial, may anger. Next, may bargaining. What else? There is depression. And the last one is acceptance. Okay? So may acceptance din yan siya. Now, ito ang pinaka-common na lumalabas sa board exam about the stages of grieving process. But you have to understand first, based on the age group of our patient, once the child is less than 6 years old, less than 6 years old, this child believe that death is reversible. Reversible sa kanila ang dying, or death rather. Pag namatay siya, okay, babalik din yan siya kasi kukuha lang siya ng ice cream dun sa heaven, mga ganon. But pagdating niya ng 9 years old, the child will have already a permanent concept of death. May permanent concept of death. Alam niyang hindi na siya babalik at namatay na siya at nawala na siya. Hindi na namin siya makakasama. So that is the concept of death for these children. So at least somehow alam mo on what to manage to every children based on their age group. Now, according to Kubler, not Kebler, it's Kubler-Ross. Okay? According to Kubler-Ross, there is denial. So what is denial? When I say denial, is it a conscious or unconscious? Sagot? Very good. That is unconscious, not conscious. Unconscious defense mechanism yan siya. So when I say unconscious defense mechanism, alam mo ba hindi? Siyempre hindi, kasi nga unconscious. So I'll give you one more example for that one. Okay, sinabihan mo sa tatay mo kasi pala inom si tatay. Okay, tay, undangin na kung sige inom. Magtubag ang tatay, kaya man ako na undangan, pero hinay-hinay lang. So that sounds denial. Or, ang nanay na namatayan ng anak, yaya, i-arrange ganin yung mga sanina ni Nonoy, naka-blue, naka-pink, naka-yellow, naka-red. Alam niya na wala ng bata. So that is denial. Ano i-arrange mo? As what my example told you before, ginising ng sinabihan ng Mrs. ang nurse na, Nurse, would you mind to shave the beard of my husband? Para kung pag gumising siya, gwapo siya. Alam niyo ang dalawa na ang husband niya is gulay na. Vegetative state na at hindi na yan magigising. Only the brainstem is functioning na. So that is denial. O para mas klaro sa mga lalaki. Di ba boys, basketball ka mo? Yes or no? Ay, hindi sumasagot mga lalaki. Yes or no? Again, yes or no? Okay, very good. Now, since nag-basketball ka mo at ikaw ang team captain, ang score nyo is, 40-90. And then 1 minute na lang ang natitira sa fourth quarter. Ang uban mga grupo naglingkod na lang, ikaw yan, nagsige ka pag timog dribble dito kaya hindi umadawat. No? That is, action is denial. Hindi mo matanggap na talo ka. Na pagkatapos may denial, may anger. No, may anger. Ang anger na yan is introjection most of the time. Okay? Introjection, galit sa sarili. So, introjection or galit sa Diyos. Bakit ako pa? Siya na lang. Hindi naman siya pang Miss Universe ang katawan. Siya na lang. But ako pa. So, there is an anger towards self and towards God. Next, pinaka-common talaga, especially sa inyo, when you are having this board exam, you tend to do what? Bargain. Bargain, yeah, exchange. The word is exchange. So, ang situation is all about exchange. You make an exchange with God. Excuse me. Na kung tutuusin, ang God is within you. Why do make exchange? Why not treat yourself or teach yourself on how to instruct your universe, your own universe? Do not do the exchange or bargain. That is very ironic. So the exchange, since, okay, pagpalagay na natin na tulog pa rin tayo, pagpalagay na natin, sundin na natin sila, ito ay ng exchange. Lord, papasara ako sa board exam, hindi naging ko mangupit kay nanay. So that is exchange para makapasar ka lang sa exam. So, Lord, pataasa pang iyang kabuhi, hindi na ako mambabae. That is an exchange. So, that is bargaining. But the most dangerous part of that one is depression. Why? This stage of Kubler-Ross says that the most dangerous stage, why? The diagnosis for this is isolation. But the best nursing diagnosis for this is risk for injury. Why risk for injury? At this moment, the patient tends to commit. Answer. A. Suicide. B. Switzerland. Okay, very good. Suicide. No, mag-suicide na dito ang patient. So, pag mag-suicide na siya, ano nang next? At hindi natuloy dahil ano mo na siya, na naka-recover siya, then there will be what? Acceptance. Paano malalaman nagtanggap niya na wala na talaga? So for example, may taning ang buhay mo. These people are neither, tandaan mo to ha, neither sad nor happy. Diba? Neither sad nor happy. Wala, blunt na ang kanilang emotion. So, and how will you know that this person ready to go? They will tell you that, I'm ready to go. I'm done in this world. Okay? O, for example, yung activity natin na pinapikit ko kayo, and then sabi ko sa inyo na sabihin mo na, I'm done. I'm ready to go. I finished my business here. Then I asked you, can you still open your eyes? And you answered yes. So meaning to say you're not yet done because you managed to open your eyes still. So that is all about your dabda. So you just remember, so once there is a conflict with your religion to your patient, you don't need to compromise your own for the sake of your patient. There is a collaborative way by calling the chaplain. Okay. When I told you about the ADL, kanino nga kayo magko-collaborate kung gusto nyo i-restore ang ADL? Is it the physical therapist or the occupational therapist? PT or OT? Sagot? I cannot hear you. What is the answer? Very good. That is the OT. Alright? The occupational therapist, basta return of the daily activities of daily living. Occupational therapist is the answer. Okay? OT dapat yun siya, hindi siya PT. OT, ang correct answer. But for mobility, kanino mo nga siya i-coordinate? Yes, or collaborate. You collaborate it with your PT. Okay, physical therapist. Now, it is said the patient of ours rather, especially elderly, okay, it is very fragile to handle elderly patient, right? Especially for their what? For their safety. Okay? Now, okay. And you know that our elderly, commonly their problem is cardiopulmonary. No, cardiopulmonary. And once they do have the cardiopulmonary, okay, so our greatest concern here, meaning to say, when you say greatest concern, is the ability to safely get on and off of the toilet. So because once you do have this cardiopulmonary problem, the tendency they will be having this kind of nahihirapan silang tumayo and umupo. So the get on and off in the toilet, on and off in the toilet or comfort room. So since they do have this SOB or DOB, sige nga, SOB or DOB, sagot? Ay, hindi sumasagot. Sagot. SOB or DOB, kasi nga nahihirapan silang huminga. When you say nahihirapan, ano nga yun? Very good, DOB. Pero hindi yan ang DOB ang tamang sagot kasi mali yung tanong ko. Hinihingal pala sila, not nahihirapan. Hinihingal. Kasi pag sinabi mong nahihirapan, there's something that is a blockage, correct? There's no blockage at all, but they do really have a shortness of breath. Okay? No blockage, but they got your SOB or shortness of breath. So you're getting, your greatest concern here, ang pagtayo, ang safety ni patient sa pag-upo at pagtayo kasi bigla lang silang mahihilo. So, kung bigla sila magkakaroon ng fainting, risk for what? Risk for injury. No? Injury yan. So, yan ang dapat nating i-monitor. So, ano ang mga factors ng mga falls para Nurse Jane? Alright. Yung parang pwede siya kung the common risk factor for your fall is parati silang natutumba. Urinary incontinence. Yes, urinary incontinence. Okay, let's discuss what is urinary incontinence. When I say urinary incontinence, ito yung feeling na wala kang control. No? Wala kang control. Maya-maya lang, basa na panty mo. Incontinence. Incontinence. Mali. Incontinence. Yan. This is, yes, risk factor for fall. Okay, risk factor for falls. Tanda na, the risk factor for fall is your urinary incontinence. So pag sinabi kong urinary incontinence, this is, okay, no control. Okay? The loss of control to your urination. Okay? What is the medical term for urination? Anong medical term yan? A. Is it defecation? B. Micturition. Very good. That is micturition. That's the medical term for your pag-ihi. Alright? So now, anong best management for urinary incontinence, Nurse Jane? We need to teach the patient to perform what? Kegels exercise. Lumabas sa board exam nyo, ano mga usually na part ng katawan ng patient ang naapektuhan or nagkakaroon ng Kegels exercise? The perineal floor. No? The perineal floor. So the perineum of the patient is one of the area for your Kegels exercise. Alright. Now, pero hindi naman lahat ng work sa elderly home atin, no? Meron tayong kasama din dyan because in our station, in the elderly home, meron kaming chief na, of course, meron. Okay, head nurse sa the station, meron kaming charge nurse, okay, to receive the orders, meron kaming staff nurse, meron din kaming nursing attendant or nursing aide. So, my question is, can a staff nurse delegate a task to the nursing aide? Yes or no? I will not proceed pag walang sumasagot. Pwede bang mag-delegate si staff nurse ng trabaho sa nursing aide? Yes or no? Kumbaga, ito ang panganay, si charge nurse, ang panganay, the eldest, si staff nurse, ang middle, at ang nursing aide, ang bunso. Pwede bang mag-utos or mag-delegate, ipasa ang trabaho sa nursing aide? Yes or no? Or kailangan ba dapat si head nurse ang magbigay ng trabaho? Okay, very good. So, in the absence of the head nurse, sometimes, ang mga kapatid mo na mga panganay or ahead sa iyo, pwede silang mag-delegate ng task. But what are the tasks that you need to delegate lang? As a staff nurse, you cannot delegate the ADPI. Okay, the ADPI. What is ADPI nga? Okay, very good. The assessment. Pag may makita ka na word nag-assess ang nursing aide, hindi po pwede yan. Except for a routine vital signs and the patient is stable. Okay? But an initial vital signs or assess initial or check the initial vital signs, hindi talaga yan po pwede. Remember, in delegation, you can only delegate tasks to the nursing attendant, only those tasks which related to implementation. But this is very limited lang. Like your bed making, bed bath, what else? Assisting the patient. So that is, assist. Pwede sila mag-assist. But to assess, no. Can they teach, Nurse Jane? They cannot teach as well. No teaching to delegate. Bawal magturo si nurse attendant sa kay patient. Especially the patient is about to discharge, the nurse attendant should not give the discharge teaching to the patient. It's always be a registered nurse. Nurse Jane, ano pang word para dun sa teach? Educate. Inform. So, hindi sila po pwedeng ganon. Hindi rin sila pwedeng mag-evaluate. Hindi rin sila pwedeng gumawa ng nursing diagnosis. So, these are the words that you need to remember in terms of delegation. Again, bawal ang assess, bawal mag-educate. What else? Bawal ano pa nga yun, isa? Yes, very good. Mag-teach or mag-evaluate instead. No? Bawal mag-evaluate. So, these are the no's, no? No teaching, no assessment, no education for the nurse attendant. Okay? Because the nurse attendant is the bunso. Since siya ang bunso, wala pa siyang masyadong alam. So, if ever you want them to perform a procedure, but you must have to remember that you will always be there to supervise them. Because according to the law, there will always be, ano nga yun? Res ipsa loquitur or respondeat superior. Sagot. Res ipsa or respondeat? No one is answering. Very good. It's respondeat superior. No? Respondeat superior. So, pag sinabi kong respondeat superior, anong ibig sabihin nun? Accountable or liable? Accountable. So, mag-respond si superior dahil kailangan na monitor mo ng maayos ang iyong subordinate. Okay? Anong naturo ko kanino mo nga dapat i-collaborate ang ang ADL? Occupational Therapy. Another concept in your board examination is all about hygiene. So, lahat ba nakapag-toothbrush na? Yes or no? Sino pa dira ang nanimahog imburnal? Kung nanimahog na kag-imburnal, istorya po pag may time. I'm still watching you. Kahit hindi ako nakikita physically, I'm still seeing you right this time. Huwag nyo akong i-dare, baka lalabas ako at tatakbo kayo. Okay? An ambulatory diabetic patient, for example, yan ang problema natin sa hygiene, no? Why? Pag diabetic, usually ang patient, madali silang masugatan. No? Masugatan. So, once na masugatan sila, the clotting is very, very slow. No? Bakit naging slow ang clotting ng diabetic, Nurse Jane? Because of the viscosity of your blood. Malapot ang dugo nila. So, matagal pumunta doon sa area of injury, kaya matagal din sila magka-clotting. So, Nurse Jane, what if hygiene? So, ano yung mga hygiene natin, Nurse Jane? Toothbrushing, hair shampoo, bed bath, ano pa ba? Trimming of nail. Are you trimming or cutting your nails? What's the right word? Answer? Trim or cut your nails? You don't cut your nails, you only trim your nails. Very good. What if, Nurse Jane, ang pasyente, because mataba siya, type 2 diabetic siya, mataba, because of sedentary lifestyle, at nahirapan siya ngayon, Nurse Jane, na mag-trim ng kanyang nails sa toes. Ano ang best natin gagawin, Nurse Jane? Well, there is a specific people or person. Again, we are multidisciplinary. Sinabing multidisciplinary, hindi lang tayo ang nasa hospital. Maraming ibang discipline or courses ang nandoon with regards to health. So, meron tayong isang part ng hospital or a doctor named a podiatrist, no? When I say podiatrist, mostly na mga diabetic patient, dito sila nire-refer for their feet or for their foot care rather. No? Podiatrist refer. So, kung nahirapan sila hard time to trim nails. One of the microvascular complication of your diabetic, tatlo yan kasi sila, no? Tatlo yan ang mga microvascular natin. We do have retinopathy, kaya nabubulag ang mga pasyenteng may mga diabetes. Meron tayong neuropathy, especially on the peripheral area. Yung sa neuropathy, hindi nakakaramdam ang ating nerve ng pain. Or makaramdam siya pero very late. And the last could be, you do have your nephropathy. No, nephropathy. So if you are being asked, are these all microvascular or macrovascular complication? It is just only, these are only microvascular. So pag sinabi ko microvascular, these are small blood vessels in our body affected by your diabetes due to the viscosity of the sugar. Now, the problem here right now is, for instance, Nurse Jane, paano ko malalaman na may neuropathy na ang pasyente? Kasi malalaman mo yan siya pag tinignan mo ang patient at nagkaroon ng kinagat siya ng for example, kinagat siya ng langgam. So, kakamutin niya ng kakamutin, parang hindi na mamalayan na dumudugo na pala yung skin niya. So, since dumudugo na yung skin niya, doon niya palang makita, nagkasugat ako. Kasi hindi yan sila titigil kung hindi nila makita yung dugo sa skin. So, as long as kaya pa nila, kasi nga hindi nila maramdaman yung pain due to the slow circulation. Na? So, that is your peripheral neuropathy. Lumabas yan sa board exam ng nursing, nasabi doon, paano mo doon malalaman na ang pasyente mo ay may peripheral neuropathy? So, when they do barefoot, when you say barefoot, walang tsinelas, walang sapatos, at nasugatan sila, hindi nila namamalayan na sugatan sila at hindi nga nila makita yan or hindi nila ma-feel once there is no blood on it. No? Pag may blood na doon pa lang nila maramdaman na, oh my God, nasugatan ako. Sorry for me. Okay. One thing for the hygiene, especially to women, kabalo ka mo girls, nga pag hindi na mahugasan ng ato nga pek-pek, nagakapek-pektusan kita sa atong bana ani, perme. Kaya nga naman. Perineal care is very important for us women, no? Because in case of emergency, na ang husband tahubog, bigla lang mosalom sa atong karagatan, sa perlas ng silanganan, kag nanimaho jog bulad, ang perlas ang silanganan, makaingon gid ang atong husband. Ay, Unsa man ni nagsalo mangganit ta kay nainitan taglawas karon mala naman tawon ni nagbaho naman nagpinakas. So perennial care is very important, especially when we defecate and when we micturate or urinate instead. We need to make sure that we do the proper wiping. Okay, the proper wiping is front to back always, no? Front to back. So pag walang front to back, just look up down. Pag walang up down, just look anterior, posterior. Okay? Anterior, posterior. Now, what else? Yes. On a bed bath, guys, sa bed bath tayo. Okay, tanda lang ang bed bath ha, because we're talking about hygiene. Sa bed bath, may mga patient na wholly compensatory, hindi talaga makapunta ng comfort room or CR para para maligo. No? So, it is our responsibility, since according to Dorothea Oram, self-care deficit, wherein the patient not able to take a bath by themselves, it is our responsibility to bathe the patient. Now, when you are doing the bathing to the patient, first is the face. When you are cleaning the face of the patient, it should be always what letter? Okay, what letter? Is it X or S? X or S shape? Ano siyang shape letter? Yes, very good. I heard that. That should be, okay, that is S shape. No? S shape. Pag nasa face ka, S shape always. Now, when I say S shape, it's always on the face but not on the eyes. Because on the eyes, guys, of your patient, ano nga sa eyes? From inner to outer canthus. No, eyes is from inner to outer canthus. Okay? So from inner to outer canthus, we need to wipe our eyes with that one washcloth. Is it with soap or no soap? Okay. All right. So always remember, yes, it should be no soap. Okay, because it would irritate our eyes. We don't use a normal saline to wash our eyes. Remember, we don't use no normal saline for the eyes. Okay? Test-taking strategy, remember ha? Pag may makita ganing ang mga always sa option, always, only, never, automatic mali na siya. Okay? Mali na yan. Unless, kung ang for example like all, ayan, mali rin yan siya. Pero pag may all microorganism, sterilization kills all microorganism. That is correct. Okay, the sterile technique kills all microorganism. Okay? Now, when we are doing our bed bath, before we have to do your bed bathing, we make sure that we need to lock the wheels, no? I-lock muna natin ang mga wheels. Baka magdagan-dagan ang patient. And then, we need to side rails down. Of course, how could you reach the patient distal part if it's side rails up? By the way, how many side rails do we have? How many side rails we have? Sige nga, ilang side rails meron tayo? 2 or 4? Sagot. Hindi sumasagot ha. Ilang side rails meron tayo? 2 or 4? Ha? Ilang side rails? 2 or 4? Very good. Sa Pilipinas lang ang dalawa, there are 4 side rails. No? Just to let you know, there are 4 side rails. For instance, it looks like this. Oh, this is the bed. Oh, meron dito sa, ayan, 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 and that's it. Sa Pilipinas, iba ang ating bed. Oh, isahan na lang, 2 yan. Kaya magtaka ka sa board exam at sinasabi nilang, raise the 4 side rails. Paano naging 4 ang side rails? Sa uluhan kag sa baba sa tiil? No. There are really 4 side rails. Yung social na bed. Ang sa atin dito, hindi social. Okay. Now, if you are done with your bed bath, you make sure itataas mo ang side rails. The question is, which part of the side rails ang itataas mo pag natapos ka na mag-bed bath? After you do your complete bed bath, which part of the side rails are you going to raise? The top 2. Yung sa taas, kanina sa drawing ko, okay, itong dalawang ito. Ayan, dito ang itataas. Ito sila ang itataas. Why? We need to make sure that the patient safety is our priority. Nurse Jane, paano po mag-clean sa may chest area? For the chest area, always remember that it's always in a circular motion. Never been a long firm. Circular. That is circular. But on the extremities, okay, for our extremities, that is always extremities. Okay, the extremities, always long, firm stroke. Long, firm stroke. Long, firm stroke, hindi siya pwede. Okay, wag na natin pilitin ang hindi po pwede. Long, firm stroke. Firm. From distal. No, distal to proximal. But sa distal mag-umpisa, Nurse Jane. Have that principle in mind, cleanest to dirtiest. So, mas marumi ang kilikili kaysa sa kamay. Okay? So, that's it. And which part is the last thing to clean? The genital. Take note about that. Alright. Let's continue. We are done with your hygiene. Let's proceed to your coordination. Coordination, okay. Tinuro ko na yan sa inyo. Ano nga ang part ng brain responsible for balance? Is it cerebrum or cerebellum? Okay. Sagot. Cerebrum or cerebellum? Very good. That is cerebellum. So, if there's a problem in terms of lack of coordination or gait, everybody say the word gait. So, pag sinabi kong gait, ito yung tinatawag na pace. Pag sinabi kong pace, ito yung tinatawag na step. Step. So, pag sinabi sa board exam na 4-point gait, ilang steps lahat yon? 4-point gait. Ilang steps? Sagot. Ilang steps nga ba sa sinabing 4-point gait? Di 4 kasi nga gait is your steps. Correct? Analyze properly. So for example, 1. Okay? So, maglalakad siya. 1. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's at that. Move up. Okay, there you go. Up, hanggang dyan lang. So, for example, paa ito, point ng crutch, but before that, before crutch walking, dapat naka-tripod position. So kung pa ganito ang iyong initial position before walking, you answer tripod position. No? Tripod position. Paano ang tripod, Nurse Jane? Ganito ang tripod. So ang tripod, it goes like this. 1, 2, this is the TL. So this is the point of the crotch, this is the point of the crotch. So make sure ilang inches nga ang away dito. May 6 inches ka away from it. Okay, let's walk now. When you are using the crutch, the pressure, okay, take note about the pressure. The pressure mo talaga dyan, hindi doon sa may kilikili ng pasyente. Dito lang yan sa, kaya ang sa taas. Pero ang pressure mo, ilagay mo sa hand. Okay, ang pressure ay nasa hand. Alright? Okay, the pressure is in the hand. Why, Nurse Jane, not in the axilla? Because if you will put the pressure on the axilla, no, not axilla. Okay, not axilla. Why not in the axilla? Because if it is in the axillary, it will cause your brachial plexus paralysis. Brachial plexus paralysis. Are you following, everyone? Yes or no? Okay, very good. Nag-follow pa. Because on your post-test later, it's only one mistake. Ang hindi one mistake niya, hindi makatake ng part 2. Charing lang. Oh, people at the back are talking. You're not listening well. Sabi ko sa inyo, kahit voice lang yan, nakikita ko pa rin kayo. Okay? Now, let's continue. Alright. So, pag sinabi kong 4-point gate, ganito yan kasi mga anak. Ganito ang 4-point gate, ha? O, paa, point ng tripod, ng crutch mo. So, pag sinabi ang mauna dito, 1, ang paa na to. Then, anong next? Dito ang crutch, 2, point. Then, another one, paa, 3. Then, ito naman, 4. So, 1, ito dito, 2, 3, 4. So, that makes it 4-point gate. So, now, pag sinabi kong 4-point gate, the 4-point gate is the most stabilized. Okay? The most stable, rather. The most stable gate is your 4-point gate. Why is that so? Kasi may balance, no? Naka-wide. Wide ang base. Very wide ang base. Another one is a 3-point gate. Ang 3-point gate naman, ito yung, yes, most common. Tanda na, most common after surgery of the leg. Most common gate after surgery of the leg. Ang 2-point gate naman, it's a normal walking pattern. Normal walking pattern. Okay? Question, is there 1-point gate? Kung may 4, may 3, may 2, is there a 1-point gate? Okay, very good. Walang 1-point gate. Ano yan? Para siyang kangaroo, nag-jump. Last ka na lang. Okay, common question in the board exam are this 2 topic, going up and going down using your crutch. The going up and going down. So pag sinabi kong going up and going down, iba yon. So, sabi nila, good leg goes to heaven, and bad leg goes to hell. Bad, hell. Sige nga, follow after me. Good leg goes to heaven. Ay, hindi nagsasalita. Sabay-sabay. Good leg goes to heaven. Bad leg goes to hell. Alright, so paano yan, Nurse Jane? So, let's go up the stairs na. So, paano yan? Go up the stairs, like this one. Okay. So, if this is the stair, go up. So, anong mauuna since good leg goes to heaven? Is it the good leg, bad leg, or the crutch? Okay. It should be the... Alright, very good. It should be the good leg, followed by the crutch. Yes. How about going down? Is it the good leg or the bad leg? Okay, of course. Try mo nga maggamit ng crutch and then bumaba ka at ang bad leg ang unahin mo. Hindi ka ba madidisgrasya? Madisgrasya ka talaga niyan. So, basta going down, it should be the crutch muna, then the bad leg. Alright. I want to remember the word spasticity. Okay? Spasticity and flaccidity. Flaccid. Okay. Now, Nurse Jane, saan ito nagagamit ang spasticity and flaccidity? Well, actually, the spasticity and the flaccidity, ginagamit din siya sa may mga cases like spinal cord injury. So, for example, you have a spinal cord injury. Since a spinal cord injury class, nagkakaroon ng interruption papunta kay brain due to the highway, nasira nga si highway. Remember, the brain is the master, the highway is the spinal cord, calea is spinal nerve, calea is the spinal nerve. Now, kung nasira ang spinal cord dito sa lower part, okay naman ang calea, magpapadala sila ng signal papunta kay brain, hindi sila makapunta kasi nga sira ang highway sa baba. Pero ang nasa taas, okay naman. Now, once ang patient magkaroon ng tinatawag nating spinal cord injury, ang una mong ma-feel dyan na paralysis is, a type of paralysis is this, yes, flaccidity. Kasi nga wala kang signal. So flaccid, luya. O itaas, everybody, raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand, sabay-sabay. Ay, hindi nag-raise ng hand ha? Wala ka deodorant. Sige, raise your hand, sabay-sabay. O, and then biglang ibaba, bigla. Okay, pag sinabi kong baba, taas muna, taas. Hintayin pag sinabi kong baba. O bigla lang kagad ha, mamaya. Okay. Now, taas na kamay. Itaas. Biglang baba. Ano luya, kabala do luya na, amo na flaccidity ang tawag sina. So meaning to say that the patient is still on the spinal cord injury disorder. Na paano malalaman, Nurse Jane, pag naka-recover na ang pasyenteng may spinal cord injury? Siyempre, kung luyak ka, kag nag-abot na bana mo, tinanggahi ka na, syempre, di ba? So, mauna na siya ang ginatawag nga spasticity. So, pag tinanong sa board exam, how will you know that the patient with spinal cord injury recover from the situation? There is already spastic paralysis. No? May spasm na baga. Okay? So, that is your paralysis. So, for example, Nurse Jane, di ba, after surgery, may mga effect ba sa anesthesia, timang luya kagid sina, di ba, tama? Paano maiwasan na siya, Nurse Jane, ang flaccidity post-op? Common kaayo ang flaccidity post-op, no? Flaccidity during post-op. But para maiwasan yan siya, simple lang ang management niyan. Early ambulation. Early ambulation, tandaan ha, early ambulation is the management for post-op flaccidity. Maiwasan ang, everybody say ambulation. Ambulation. Very good. Anong ibig sabihin ng ambulation? Walking. Okay? Early walking para maiwasan ang flaccidity. So, anong sabi ko nga, saan nga nilalagay ang pressure sa crutch? Sa axilla or sa hand? Sagot. Very good. Sa hand. Bawal sa axilla kasi magkakos ng brachial plexus paralysis. Okay? Maiwasan magkaroon ng brachial plexus paralysis. Okay? Now, ano nga yung crutch na stable? 4-point gate. Ano nga yung crutch na common sa mga after surgery? 3-point gate. Ano naman ang crutch nga para ka lang naglalakad? Okay, 2-point gate yun siya. Now question, pag 2-point gate ba, okay, ang crutch and leg together for a 2-point crutch walk. So, ang 2-point gate, ang both crutch oppose, ha? Para ka nga naglalakad, hindi nagkasabay ang dalawang crutch. Hindi magkasabay po sa 2-point gate. Just imagine na naglalakad ka, ang kamay mo at saka ang dalawang kamay mo hindi sabay na nagpa-front. Ang isa sa harap, ang isa sa likod. So, the opposing crutches happens on your 2-point gate. Correct. Next. Okay, now, common people with problem with coordination are having this what you called immobility problem, right? The immobility problem. So, nagkakause sila ng pressure ulcer. Saan nga ang common na pressure ulcer pag ang pasyente mo is adult? Very good. Sacral. Okay? Sacral ang common. Yes, of course. Now, I have a question. Since sacral ang common, how about for children? Okay, very good. Di ba yung nagiga din man ang tao, Nurse, maapektuhan din yun siya. Dapat din yung ears niya. Children. Ears ba sa children? Hindi. Ha? Bakit hindi ears sa children? Behind the ears dapat. Behind the ears. Kasi yun ang bony part. Is your ear a bony part? No, it's a cartilage. So, pag ears lang, hindi siya magiging prone sa pressure ulcer kasi wala. When you say pressure ulcer, these are areas that has a bony prominences. Ears has no bone at all. Take note of that. Behind the ears, yes, prone to your pressure ulcer. All right. And yes, of course, you have to remember when you are taking care of the patients who are immobile, everybody say the word contractures. Okay, everybody say contractures. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng contractures, Nurse Jane? Alright, contractures means, yan, naunay. For example, nabali imong kamot, no? And then, wala mo pa hilot, wala mo pa hospital, diretso na lang siya na singkaw ka na. Yan ang contractures. So, most commonly sa immobility, results of immobility, nagkakaroon ka ng mga elbow contractures. Now, contractures happens if there is immobility. No, may immobility. Alright.